Hey traders, CN Trader here. Wanted to take this opportunity to go over some big picture stuff that's happening on a pair that's coming into some potential zones that we want to pay attention to. And we'll take a look at what we're talking about here. We're looking at pound CAD. I had someone in the thread ask me some questions about this today. They posted a really nice pattern, and we're going to take a look at some things that are taking place. This is a weekly chart, and we got the infamous lines in here that take place. You can see the structure goes all the way back 2009, 2008 actually. Yeah, 2008 October comes down into this area. We see the battles that have been taking place. And you can see how it respects these lines right here so nicely. We come up into this area, we come back up, and we break through, but a little battle is fought here on the weekly, comes back up, nice little battles fought here, comes up, comes back down to these areas. So there are areas where battles have been taking place, they've been respected, they're significant. We multiple times price turns, reverses before breaking through. You can see the reversal here, right back up to these lines, finally breaks through, gaps below this, comes back up, battles fought here, comes back down to this level, right up in here. There's nice little battles, another battle, right back up to here. You get the point, coming back and forth, all the way up into these areas. And finally, we're on our way back down to these significant areas where battles have been fought and won and lost, depending on what side of the trade you guys have been on or people have been on. So let's go into the chart. Let's take a look at what's going on here. First thing I want to do is I want to measure this swing high with the fib all the way down to this swing low right here. And you can see we've come up nicely into a 50% retrace. And when we do that, automatically I'm looking, especially when we retrace back down, I'm automatically looking for that potential bat. Now, it's important to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that this is not going to happen tomorrow. So this is something that can potentially develop. Lots of things have to happen for this to take place. But it will look something like this, and it's a very pretty looking bat pattern. It's pretty. Take that, come down into this area roughly, and right into the 886, and you can see that's just a beautiful bat pattern. That's too beautiful to happen, right? It's too beautiful to be true. But then we also want to take this swing low to this swing high, and we can see significantly where our line comes in. We're at a 618 and a 786, and these are potential areas where I like to look for aggressive, what I call aggressive C buys for opportunities. So let's do this. I'm going to come right into this area right here. That's the one. That's the 618, and you can see we're kind of respecting the area here right now. Price is kind of stalled a little bit, and we slightly got a little bit more room down to our important line. Does it mean we got to touch it exactly? No, we didn't touch it exactly here. We broke through it. There was a battle in here, and we came just down to this level here where our 618 is, and we went screaming higher. So we're going to look at some lower time frames to see some of the potential opportunities that are taking place there. But while I have this swing high, we're going to look at one more piece on this weekly chart that also could potentially happen. I'm going to get rid of this right here just to clean it up a little bit. You could see that when we measure this swing low to this swing high, we got the 50% retrace, and of course we get the 50% retrace. We come right down into the 886, and again we have another potential bat pattern opportunity that could potentially develop. And you could see this is where previous buying came in. You could see these battles in here. Buying came right in here. Price gap down, buying came up, and we had the same thing that took place here. So that's going to look something like this: A to B, B to C, and then we're going to go C to D right down into that spot right there, and we got our potential bat. All right, so that's what things look like on a weekly chart. And we got some other things. We got an AB equals CD. We're going to take a look at that on a daily as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let me clean this up a little bit. I'm going to take these patterns out of here. And the video will be here for you to watch if you want to draw them on your charts, or if you haven't been drawing them along. Let's go to this daily. We're going to first take this swing high. We're going to come down to this swing low, and you can see we came into a 50. When we do that, I like to look at an AB equals CD potential development that could take place. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit more, and we could see that that comes down into our area, our buy zone. This is a very large buy zone, and all that means is there's opportunity within that buy zone as well to make plenty of bank, and we're going to be looking for behavior in this area to take advantage of opportunities. We've had that more recently with the Euro Aussie, where there's been plenty of opportunities in the buy zone to short and make bank to the downside, comes back into the buy zone, gives us another opportunity, and we go, or the sell zone, I mean, we go and we make bank, and we still have that trade on place right now as we speak. All right, so what else is happening? Well, there's two patterns from two levels here that I like that I'm going to be watching. First one is this one right here. This is what I want to take a look at. You can see the structure that's right here, and you can see just a little bit higher right here than this zone right here. We have this little swing low where price comes down. There is a pattern in here. Price comes down and reverses and goes up. We're going to go ahead and measure that low to that high. We're going to get rid of this. And you can see we came into a 786. And when we do that, instantly I'm starting to think, oh, potential butterfly pattern that can develop. And so we're going to look at that, and we see the extension down into this area is a 127 very nicely into our buy zone, right at the bottom of our buy zone in this area here, and you can see all the structure. But we also can extend down to the 1618, which is another area right on our line. If we go back to that weekly, you could see that structure that's right in there. So that can potentially be an opportunity for us as well. Back to the daily, we're going to go ahead and we're going to measure this as well. And you could see 127 comes in here, 141 comes in here, 1618 right in here, right in this zone, off the extension off of this level here. And then we can get some confluence. We can also measure an extension off of this as well for some more confluence in that area. All right, so we got the 200 that comes in here. If we break below this level, we have a potential 200 extension coming down to the 127, 161. So there's a nice little buy zone right in this area. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to X to A to B, and again we got B to C, and then we're going to come down into this 127 level right in here, C to D, and we got a nice little pattern that's developed there. The other pattern I liked, the area that I was talking about we can measure from, is this area here. We're going to measure from here. And why do I like measuring from here? One of the reasons I like measuring from here, let me get this out of here so it's not a distraction. One of the reasons why I like measuring from here is that we have this structure here. Price comes down, and this is basically the leg that breaks through that structure before price comes down, retest, comes up, and takes off. So we can even measure this as well. So we're going to go ahead and measure that. And you can see, well, we're going to flip that around. Hold on a second. Let me do this. I'll just get rid of it. Come up here, grab another one, and we're going to come right up here. And you can see we come down perfectly into a 618 retrace. And so when we do that, we're looking at a 786 potential for a Gartley, and you can see price coming into this area and starting to respect the area, and you can see our comes right into our buy zone. So that would look something like this. I'm going to go ahead and move this over here. I'm going to move this over here, and we're going to be looking in this area right in here. You know, price can come down a little bit right into this and bounce off that blue line, and not disrespecting our buy zone. So we're going to want to pay attention to behavior, and you can see how significant this area is that we're going to be coming into, and it's going to potentially provide us with lots of opportunity to make bank. One last thing I want to go over, and is this right here. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. It's just potential for this to come down into here. You see we got a 50% retrace, comes down into here around a 127 roughly, and we got a potential development that's happening here, big brother, little brother pattern. And this is a bearish pattern, but the fact that price comes down in this area and has the potential to come up into this area tells us that, you know, we have an opportunity to get long potentially with all the confluence that's going on. So that's it. Enjoy, have fun, trade your plan, make a great day, do your own due diligence, and may we all make bank. Game-changing bank. The kind of bank that just makes you think and grow.